Skateboards for Life Skateboards, and you're watching Days with Casper. Ooh, today we've got these standards and monsters to load up into the press, and a stack of boards to start shaping. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Went up to Slam City Skate Park for the Skate Bus Midwest Anniversary Contest and had a great time. Even got to skate one of these 14.6s, one of the boards that we're gonna come out of the mold that I'll be pressing today for the contest. What's up, Tommy? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. Miss you, Tommy. All right, so we're gonna start off with the standards today. Oops, sorry about that. AI tripod went crazy for a second. I forgot about that. There we go. Set that up. What's up, Heaven? So I'm gonna start off here explaining what's inside of your board. Standard, you're gonna have 7 plies of maple, specifically Great Lakes or Canadian maple. I'm gonna adjust something on the tripod here for a second. All right, sweet. That's better. So 7 plies. You've got 2 different directions on the grain, vertical grains and horizontal grains. 2 different plies for your board. You've got face plies, vertical grains that have no blemishes. Those go outside your board. Cores can have some slight blemishes, another vertical grain. And then your crossband is that horizontal grain. So inside of your board, you've got face, core, crossband, core, crossband, core, and face. If we wanted to make this a 6-ply, we would take that bottom core out. If we want to make it an 8-ply, put another core in the center right there. Today we are doing all 7 plies. Seriously, come on, warm weather. I was at a contest in Fort Wayne and stepped outside in the middle of it and it was snowing. Not happy about that. Also, huge shout out to Tim for this AI tripod. I'm figuring it out, so bear with me if it runs away on us. It's pretty cool. It's a little tripod with a camera in it that tracks my movement. I can give it commands to stop tracking me so we can show you guys the steps of with the press and all that fun stuff. What's up, Clouded Vision? We're putting color core in each of these today. Went through the color stacks and found quite a bit of core I could use, brighten up these layups a little bit. Thank you. Clouded is talking about the Whirlybird, which is a trick I've been trying for a minute. It was named by Bam Margera. Backside shove it, tail grab, backside shove it. If you want, I went ahead and posted me landing that on my shape, but I also did that on the 14.6 at the contest. That was pretty fun. Did it twice on the 14.6 and twice on my board. Why twice? Because could not figure out an angle to show that off very well. But the 14.6, that was pretty fun. You'd think with more surface area it'd be easier to land on it, but man. I posted the 14.6 one on Instagram, Clouded. Haven't posted it to YouTube yet. Landed it once, took my back foot off, swung it forward and put it back on. I didn't touch the ground or anything, but I wanted to go back and land it again, so I did it again for funsies. But it was a good time. Should expect to see some footage directly from Skate Bus Midwest for that contest. There was a little China bank they had a best trick on. Some really wild shit went down. Chuck did frontside flip. I did frontside rollout, front 50, front 50, Crail slide, gray slide, 540 boneless. and Smith and alley-oop frontside 180. It's a pretty fun one. Really, really fun contest. And then on the pyramid for best trick, I did like just a really weird Russian boneless across the whole thing. Frontside air, shove it tail grab, whirly bird, and a weird hand plant over the corner of the hip for fun. I don't know. Contests up in Fort Wayne are always fun. If you guys are unfamiliar with the Fort Wayne scene, just generations of amazing skateboarders, artists, and great people. So make sure you check out Slam City Skate Park and Skate Bus Midwest. Stay up with what they're doing. Slam City is the only indoor concrete park in the Midwest right now. It's pretty awesome. And it was cool to see a bunch of life boards there too. But if you guys are new to the channel, new to watching this, these are Life Skateboards being made. You can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Here at Life, we do absolutely everything in-house. We press the boards, glue the boards, shape the boards, and apply the graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. Morning, Oregon. Thanks for tuning in. Come on, get back over here. There we go. We're figuring this AI thing out, guys. But as we get going here on this live, we're gonna glue up 4 of these boards, and then we'll put them in the press. You guys can watch the press go up. Once we're done pressing, there's a stack of boards in the next room for me to shape. Sam's doing some cool stuff in there. He was putting a new rack up for templates earlier. All right, I'm just gonna tape up the ends of this guy so when it goes in the press, it doesn't slide around on us. I don't know why I just had so much trouble with the tape there. That was weird. All right, let's get another 4 of these done. We'll get them in the press. These guys are 7-ply, sorry. Oh, yeah, famous. So yeah, they're all pretty much every board is gonna be 7 plies of maple. Specifically Great Lakes or Canadian, and there's Tim. There's the man that is the reason I can walk back and forth and you guys don't lose me. Thank you, Tim, I appreciate you. You'll get a 6-ply next time, Tim. Awesome. Tim recently got a board from us. You can request what number ply you want from us, 6, 7, or 8. But yeah, standard boards are 7 plies, Canadian or Great Lakes maple. Maple is a strong yet malleable species of wood, and those regions create slow growth and long winter. Wood with that's grown with long winters and slow growth has a tighter grain and it's less porous. Great for skateboards. What's the difference between the plies? So, horizontal, that's called a crossband. So the grain is going the other direction. And then the rest of them are all vertical plies. The two on the outside are called faces because they have no blemishes on them. So the difference between the core and the faces is just the faces are a little bit prettier. But then you've just got horizontal like this, that's a crossband, and then here's your vertical one. Good question there. Thanks, Volt. That would be what I am. You know it, they're the ones that, the spiders give me motivational thoughts. They whisper sweet nothings in my ear. I just like to make them feel at home. Gotta be nice to the spiders, right? Am I copying anything from the Supreme drop? No, not at all. I didn't even know there was a Supreme drop. Whoa, that was scary. Sam yelled. Yeah, I don't pay attention to that stuff. How much wood glue? So if we're loading all the presses, it's usually 1.5 gallons that I go through. We're not loading all the presses today, though. Sam, they said you sounded like a spider farting. He didn't hear that, but he will hear it. He's listening on a delay. There you go. I know. I can tell when he hears stuff on a delay. It's great. I'm surprised the camera's not picking you up. Yeah, I never really got behind the whole Supreme being popular thing. I have not paid attention. Overpriced, low-quality things just don't really gather my attention, you know? Especially when an image becomes like a status symbol. No, no, no. That's a big no for me. Taping up the ends of this guy. We'll move on to the other two. If you guys have any questions about board making, feel free to ask. You can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Again, that's lifeskateboard.com. And if you'd like to see some of these things in action, you can go to the Life Skateboards Instagram. There'll be Life Skateboard 1010. You can see a bunch of clips of the team. Check out Gavin Svetlik, who just learned backside inverts on vert ramps. That's pretty awesome. Jake Daney out in PA. Justin Hutchins has been posting some stuff. He and Jax just podiumed at Q's little skate league. That was pretty cool. Do we make longboards? We do also make longboards, yes. We're just gonna go ahead and permanently hide that one dude, all right? Clouded. That's fine by me. Morning, Paulette. Thank you, Jay. Wait till you see these boards. Look at those behind me. Look at those. Don't stop. Look. There you go. Those boards behind me are even prettier. Yeah, it's the internet. People like to be weird. I saw that one was gone. I hit the view message thing and was like, huh, unrelated, strange discussions going on. Neat. What's the purpose of the colored ply? Because it's pretty. That's why. Make a glitter deck? No, we don't make gimmicks here. We just make handcrafted, high-quality skateboards here. These are for customers. You can make it a glitter deck if you want to. I don't want to ruin somebody's day like that. Buy a skateboard, open it up, and never get the glitter out of wherever you opened it up. No thanks. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Slick. I appreciate that. Someone asked a question. I forgot what the question was, and then they retracted the message. Dang it. Sorry about that. Watching from San Francisco. Thank you for tuning in. Really cool to see how far these lives get. Morning. Thanks for tuning in to watch Life Skateboards be made. Work's going great. Got the live ready to go, and now we're just loading up the presses before we start shaping some more boards. Shout out from Michigan. We are in New Powell, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. We got a team rider up in Michigan, Lyle Wall. Check him out. Grafted Streetwear, check them out too. Last time I went up to Michigan, I was in Niles. From Pensacola, that's rad. The guy that got me involved with the nonprofit that I volunteer with used to take care of the park in Pensacola. That's really cool. Brian Wilson. He got me involved with Skate Park Respect. Really great dude. Do we make 9-inch decks? Yes, we do. We make 7.75, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 14.6. That's as wide as we make them. But we make everything. Everything from 7.75 all the way to 14.6. What's the temperature? I think it's like 26 degrees out right now. It's pretty cold. It was like in the 60s last week. That's Indiana for you. You're a trucker. Well, at least you get to bounce in and out of good weather. What you do, some of the old shapes. We do everything, yeah. We've got over 100 shapes. If you want to check out lifeskateboard.com, you're going to be scrolling through shapes for a minute, including popsicles. Come on, tripod. Somehow I put my hand up and it stopped the tripod from following me around. You guys see me making hand signals at the camera, it's at the tripod, not you guys, I promise. Nobody analyzed my hand signals. All right, we got one more to glue up and then load them into the press. And like I said, if you want to check out some of these boards, you can go to lifeskateboard.com and see everything we've got. But we're going to load these guys into the press, and then we're going to load the monster press up. That's 15 inches wide. Why can't I make hand signals at you? Here you go, I got you. There's one. That doesn't trigger anything on the camera. Hell yeah, famous. That's pretty rad. How many boards do we make a day? Really, it entirely depends on you guys. There's some days where orders aren't very high. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes there's a lot of orders. So it entirely depends on what you guys are doing, and it changes day to day. So you can order boards at lifeskateboard.com. Keep me busy. I am the sole hourly employee here, so working with the owner is in the next room, getting some stuff done in the shaping room. The more boards you guys order, more work I have, more boards you get to see made. You get to see get made. I don't know. I messed that sentence up. And you're doing yourself a favor because you're getting a high quality handcrafted board that's made to last from the guys that made it. So if there's an issue, you know who to go to. That's very true, Oregon. That's a Jay Adams quote right there. All right, this is the last one we're gluing up for the standard press. Then we'll load it up. You guys get to watch that. And we'll load up 3 into the monster press and then get to shaping. And again, you can get these boards for yourself at lifeskateboard.com. Yep, you grew up in the, right on, yeah. Hey Sam, when did you start skating?
85.
Yeah, the owner started in 85. So there's a lot of influence on everything. If you want to see that 14.6 in action, you can go to my Instagram, that's Stranger Casper. I just posted a short of that. We got it in several different shapes. But we offer pretty much everything here. Got to meet Muska not too long ago. I think that was no, not this Labor Day, the last Labor Day weekend before that. Muska's pretty rad. Seeing he's getting with some people to get another skate park for Cleveland, so it's pretty rad. Taking care of his chickens and taking care of his community. He's good people. Actually, that bowl we go travel to over in Columbia Station, Ohio is the bowl he broke his leg in when he was with Tony Hawk. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm here to answer them for you, but in a second here, you're gonna get to see the presses get raised. Heck yeah, vibes, that's rad. There was a period of time where Sam was looking for the Tracker 219s because we had 11.75-inch boards and there weren't trucks for them that fit besides the Indy 215s. But now Slappy makes some stuff. How's my day going? It's going pretty good. Tight bond 2. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna tape up either end of this real quick. Follow me, tripod. There we go. And then I'll get the tripod to stop following me, bring you guys over to the press, let you guys watch that go up, and we'll move on to the monsters. And when we raise these up, you're gonna notice that I am raising these up by hand. They were hooked up as pneumatic jacks. We just didn't do that here. Little extra work, same great results. All right, let's get you guys over here. There it is. I am so confused, buddy. Let's not bring that here. You can support this because it's handcrafted quality boards that are made with your interest in mind, and that would be a board that lasts a really long time, a board with good concave, and a board that's made to last. I don't. Sorry. Oh yeah, let's not. My friend, I understand that there's a lot going on in the world right now. This isn't the place to discuss it, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and remove you if you continue with that line of logic. We're here to make skateboards, handcrafted skateboards, all right? Yep, all right, we're gonna go ahead and remove that, my friend. Unfortunately, that rhetoric, whether you agree with it or not, gets used to go down a pretty rough line of thinking and justify quite a bit of hateful speech. So I'm not gonna let that grow here. We're on the internet. I appreciate it. Thanks, ew. Yeah, ew. What's up, Jake? There's Jake Danny. Everybody, make sure you go check out Jake Danny's account, his Instagram. Jake, can you drop that into the chat right there so that people can go subscribe to you and follow you? He has been posting some funny clips. He's been posting some wildly impressive clips. The which one is switch clip got me pretty good. That got me laughing in public. Good job, Jake. Ooh. For sure. Everybody make sure you go follow Jake on Instagram. Amazing team rider we have. Very stoked to be able to call you my teammate. Thank you for popping in here too. Sam, you can come say hi to Jake. All right. So right now I'm just loading this up, making sure alignment's correct. Once I'm sure the alignment's correct, we'll start cranking these jacks up. You'll see them start to get their kicks. And you'll see the concave start to get shaped. Texas or Indianapolis or something? Yeah, Indianapolis, not Texas. Thanks, Mike, I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for answering that too, Jake. All right, I'm gonna be raising this up, so I'll have a hard time keeping with the chat here. I'm gonna last second double check the alignment here. And then right before they are fully under pressure, I'll do the same thing. Might even raise you guys up a little bit so you can watch the squeeze out a little closer. Archery? What? Do we ever have any bottle jacks quit working on us? Yes, we replace these often. I say often, probably not. We just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 going, so Now these are skateboards, Ray, Andy. I'm watching skateboards be made. And right before they reach, they're all the way under pressure. You gotta check the alignment there. With the trusty mallet. And there we go, good to go. Now we're gonna raise these up all the way. Yeah, it is, man. It seems, I don't know, for a while there, Meta was rewarding really good videos and good content. Now they're rewarding stuff that gets discussion going. So that seems to be what's happening now. That's why I put my focus on this here. But it doesn't mean stop, because the algorithm on Meta changes so regularly that who knows, you're gonna probably have a clip that you already posted start blowing up. Right on. Yeah, things changed. They're not made like this anymore, but we do them right. Thanks, Jake. It seems like it. I have found that this type of work just seems to be satisfying for some people to watch, and I really appreciate it. There's a period of time there, though, where it was taking a minute. So you started in the 70s, so would that be like this guy? Roller derby P15 model? The original roller derby was from the 60s and it was blue, but that was the 70s roller derby right there. I just have that one there. I double kick flipped it the other day for funsies. Who are you making them for? Independent doesn't make boards, although Independent's rad. There you go, respect. Awesome. I had exactly what you were looking for right there. That's pretty cool, isn't it? You had the beige one? I found that one, and I'll tell you why I picked it up. I kicked it across the ground and I heard this. Let's put it next to the mic. That didn't sound like a penny board, so I took a closer look at it. And now it's sitting in the shop. All right, let's get to gluing up and pressing these monsters. And yes, they are monsters. These are 15 inches wide. This is where our 14.6s come from. Nice, I've got a Hobie on my wall at home. That's so cool. The bearings were really cool. I don't know, I'm also fascinated with just like the way the trucks are built. I don't know, really cool. Really fun one. I definitely cracked it though, so. Whoops. All right, so let's get to gluing here. Website to buy boards is lifeskateboard.com. Again, that is lifeskateboard.com, and I am the sole hourly employee here. The more boards you guys order, the more work I have, the more I get to show you, the easier my life is. So I appreciate you. How do we do the decals on the board? Great question. So those are called graphics. The majority of the industry uses a heat transfer. But the thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue is heat. So here at Life Skateboards, we use hand-carved lino blocks. So it's pretty much like a big stamp. Commission a local artist to carve it out for us. Apply the graphics by rolling ink onto that, putting it on the board, rolling the back. It's a no-stress graphic application process that gives us the freedom of placement. I have one that I cut out from a board. You can tell from a board there's the concave. But here's one of them. This is my dog Lori. That's the Lori graphic. But there's a ton of graphics on there. Really good question though. How long does it take to complete a board? So the boards are under pressure for 24 hours, cure for 7 days, and then the shape is cut out. I shape them after that. Sam cuts out the shape, then I shape them, and then Sam puts the graphic on, and then he clear coats it. We say 2 to 3 weeks for maximum turnaround time, and that's just in case we run into some issues. But on the website, there are boards that are ready to ship, so ones that you don't have to wait. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate you. And if I'm missing stuff in the chat, please bear with me. I have a hard time seeing it. Capturing one message is pretty good on my part. Do I play skate? So because of people telling me to on these lives, I downloaded it. I started playing it. I was not very happy with it. And then I downloaded Session, and I liked that a lot more. But haven't been playing too much recently. I do skate though. If you're talking about the video game, not as much as I skate. Thanks, Troy, I appreciate you. I'm glad you guys are interested in it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to explain it. If you hear me repeating things because you've been here for a while, thank you for your support and thank you for sticking around. I'm happy to answer these questions over and over again. This is a process that not a lot of people know about or think about. So, I'm not the coolest dude on YouTube. I promise you that. I'm just some guy. Just some guy. Just some guy that loves what he does and loves sharing it with you guys. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. It's been a surreal surprise to realize how many people enjoy watching this kind of thing. So I really appreciate you guys. This is in Indiana, 20 minutes east of Indianapolis in New Pal. Life Skateboards. We have a bowl up in Muncie, Indiana that we host sessions at. We just make handcrafted, high-quality boards for you. How many times do you stack that? So this is 7 plies of maple here. And then we are going to do 3 of these boards. So we're going to glue up 3 of these boards. So we're going to do this 7 times, and then do that 7 times, 3 times. And then we're going to load them into the press. Now, if you want an 8-ply, we'll do that for you. If you want oh, the tripod's not working. There we go. Have I ever tried BMX? My BMX career lasted a total of like 15 seconds. See, I've been skateboarding for a long time, so I have a lot of confidence in a skate park. My buddy finally convinced me to ride his BMX bike. I went, pumped down a little roll-in, got a bunch of speed, and was like, oh, this is easy. Pumped over a hip and was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna air this hip. And then I woke up underneath the rail, so I have way too much confidence with not enough skill on a BMX bike to risk myself for that one. I'll stick to skateboarding. What's my favorite shape? Mine, the Casper 3.0. Other than that, I'd say probably our Stinger, any of the twins. The Agro is a really cool shape that I like to show people. I hid the tape from myself, sorry about that. Favorite Paw Patrol character? I don't know. I don't know Paw Patrol. Sorry. Sorry, I don't have kids, and the only kids I deal with in any capacity is the skateboarding. Chase what? Can we develop your business? Can you please develop your business? I'm confused by that question. Oh, okay, there we go. Chase. All right. You know what? I don't know you. I don't know you, Sacrifice, but I'll agree with you. I'll let you speak for me. Life Skateboards. You know it? No, sir. Not Casper Brooker. Casper Jones. Casper Brooker is a crazy, amazing UK skateboarder on Baker. Really good skater. Also heard he's a really good dude. You feeling okay? What do you mean? Feeling great, actually. Just had some health issues that have been happening over the last year or two that I just got settled. So that's been great. Independent skateboard company is really struggling at the moment. I think what you're hearing is shops, things like that. Obviously sales aren't doing as good as they once were. There's just a lot of problems going on as a result of outsourcing production, oversaturation of the market with the same quality of boards. We kind of set ourselves apart from the industry with how we do things, doing everything in-house and doing things the right way, I guess, is a good way to put that. But yeah, everybody's suffering right now, guys. Thank you, appreciate it. Nope, not down, just tired. You might have seen me struggling to read the screen. Eventually I'm gonna do like a little screen mirroring thing where I can just read the chat right here. That would be nice. I've been looking into that. That way I'm not just looking dumb into the screen and letting people think I'm sad. No, not at all, Mike. It's not etching. It's a soft material, so it's like the same pink material as a stamp. We have that carved, and then we can place it anywhere on a board. We can also use those same blocks for apparel. Sorry if I didn't explain that very well. The printing and shipping studio is up there, up the driveway, but on the last live I did, I finished it off by doing a graphic if you want to see some examples of that. Rodney Mullen's amazing. We love him. Thanks, Kimmy. We have Rodney Mullen to thank for pretty much every single trick in everyone's repertoire. That was weird. I thought Sam was right there. In a minute here, I'm gonna have to get the AI tripod to stop following me and go blow my nose real quick. This whole dropping 30 degrees in a couple of days has not been fun for my body. Ain't nothing novelty about a Life skateboard. High quality handcrafted craftsmanship. All right. Let's tape up the ends of this guy here. We got 2 more of these to go. Then we'll load up the monster press. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 more of these to go, and then we'll load up the monster press. Just bear with me real quick while I get this to stop following me and blow my nose. Yeah, it's I might even have an example I can give you. So give me 1 second. AI tripod's gonna stop following me. I'm gonna put the mic right over here so I don't blow my nose right into your guys' ears, because that's gross. All right, I'm back, and I have a Lino block as an example just for you, bud. You can still hear it, but it's not as deafening, I promise. It goes from a baby elephant to a elephant screaming in your ear. All right, so remember you guys are watching a mirrored screen, so it's going to be this correct direction for you. I guess it doesn't matter on this, there's no writing. But it's like this, see? So it's carved into it like this. And there you go. There's a Lino block. All right, I'm gonna go put this away. All right, one more to glue up, load into the press, and then it's on to shaping. Come on, start following me again. There it is. I gotta do little hand signals at the camera to get it to keep following me. You know it, guys. No, it's me stepping off camera like that is definitely a result of people complaining. All right, opening up a new glue bottle here. Whoops, didn't mean to leave that over there. All right, pour a little bit of glue in there, and we're good to go. If you haven't touched a skateboard in 20 years, well, skateboarding is waiting for you, I promise. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna turn my phone on Do Not Disturb so I don't keep getting these calls in. And good to go. How many layers make up one skateboard? Good question. So you've got 7 plies of Great Lakes or Canadian maple. You can get a 6, 7, or 8 ply from us, but the majority are a standard 7 ply. Youth boards come as a standard 6 to keep them a little lighter for the kiddos. But you've got 2 different directions on the grain. You've got a vertical grain, like these guys here. And then, when I flip this over, I can show you. You've got a crossband, so vertical grain. And here's a crossband. Nice and wavy. So that gives it strength in every direction. The difference between the vertical grains on the inside and outside of the board is the ones on the outside are prettier. That's pretty much it. 7.5, that's a popsicle toothpick. That's tiny. We'll make it for you though, if you want. Hey, we make everything. I know you're watching me make some 15-inch monsters right now, but we do make everything for the kids and for everybody. Right? That's what I gotta do to get it stopped. There's another hand signal I can do where it's supposed to just follow my hands, but I don't trust it. Huge shout out to Tim for this tripod, by the way. Oh, I'm so sorry if I missed that. What kind of wood is it? Great Lakes or Canadian maple? Great Lakes or Canadian specifically because you want slow growth and long winters. Sorry, I'm gonna definitely miss some stuff in there. Don't feel free to ask multiple times in the chat. When am I coming back to FDR? I gotta go to Pennsylvania at some point this year, so I don't know. And I'll be real honest though, I'm probably not gonna be very public in planning that trip. That trip to PA last time got a little annoying with all the messages I was getting. Sorry. Can I mail you one? We ship everywhere. You just gotta buy one. From Germany, awesome. You guys sell blanks? I mean, we can, but what you're paying for from Life Skateboards is the quality that goes into the deck itself. So you can get a board from us with no graphic on the bottom and only top graphic. You can communicate with us to not have it clear coated, and you can do art on it. The no graphic option is an option on the website. Do we build other things? I make skateboards. Sam build everything in here though. Make longboards, skateboards, boards. No way. Sam, there's somebody on here that bought their kid a longboard 5 years ago and it's still going. That is awesome. I want to see pictures of that thing. Sam's gonna hear that on a delay. He's out there. That's so cool. You feel like a bobblehead with the camera? Sorry, deal with it. There we go. I got you. Sick. Sam said sick. No one's gonna believe me that you popped in here, Sam. They're all gonna think that I'm lying about you. Do I carve the stencil myself? No, that would be Ben Blakely that we commissioned to do that. Amazing artist. I have carved some for my wax company, but Sam commissions Ben to do that kind of stuff for us. Good questions there. Have we ever sent into the UK? Yeah, we've sent them all over the world. Sent our first order to Japan last year. That was pretty cool. Alrighty. Gonna tape this guy up. Goes in the press, and then we're gonna raise him up. So this press that we're about to use here has tons of different purposes for it. It's generally our press for our longs, not the long boards, just a wider layup with more distance between the kicks. Longboard press is over there. But at the top of it, it has a youth press. And it has a little flat section in the middle where I can slide in the monster mold, which is what we'll be using today. All right, I'm gonna stop the tripod from going around and following me. Do you have to make the mold? Good question. So Sam actually carved his first ones. He just recently posted a picture of that. But then he started designing it and having our buddy with CNC cut it out with a CNC program. But as you can see right here, it's blocks of maple that are glued back together. All right, so we're gonna load these into here, throw the separators in there. Separator? I don't even know her. And we are gonna be very, very meticulous about alignment for these boards. If the boards aren't aligned in the press properly, they won't get pressed properly. And we don't want that. Because then it's not going to go to a customer. And this will probably be a little bit of a tight fit because I had this set up for longs and monsters on the last pressing. Alright, and I apologize if I can't keep up with the chat while I'm doing this, but obviously you got to pay attention to what I'm doing here. So now we are going to slide the upper part of the mold and the youth mold into here. Not as tight of a fit as I thought it was going to be. Good job. That makes sense. All right, checking the alignment left to right, front to back. Looks good. All right, now we just got to make sure that these guys are locked down. We can start jacking them up just like we did the standard press. Definitely, absolutely not as messy as making a surfboard. It's kind of why we do it like this. Surfboard making is fascinating though. I am always fascinated by it. But you'd also want, you know, the guy making your surfboard to surf, just like you'd probably want the guy making your skateboard to skate. That's just my opinion. I don't surf. I'm in Indiana. Bring you guys closer so I can keep up with this a little bit. Who are you, Gorgo? That's weird. Thank you. Watching from Indonesia. Thanks for tuning in. So right before it gets pressure, I'm going to be double checking the alignment again. That's what double check means. You don't need to say again. And you are going to wash this right there. Yep, there is glue on these layers. In a moment here, you're going to see it squeeze out the edge. All right, alignment's good. All right, so I'll bring you right up here so you can watch that glue start to squeeze out and you'll watch the kick start here. Remember, inside the press here is where the concave is happening. Did I say don't need to say it again? I apologize if I said that. I will happily answer all of your questions multiple times. Right now you're watching the press get raised on 15-inch monster boards. You're just watching that kick happen, and now you're seeing some squeeze out. These are the boards that will make the monster boards that are available at lifeskateboard.com. And don't forget, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Again, that is lifeskateboard.com. I'll hold this up for you guys so you know. There's the website. Yep, I wrote that backwards. We do also make longboards. Here's the press right now. Ignore the cornhole. I'm in Indiana. Here's a bunch of finished boards here. You can get these at lifeskateboard.com. I'm getting glue in my hair. Oh no. I don't give a shit. That's just kind of how it happens. All right. So now we just got to cover up the glue because we're done pressing today. Now we're going to move on to shaping. Indiana, awesome. We're in New Pal, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. The shop was originally located in Muncie. Now we are in New Pal. Still have that bowl up in Muncie. And there's a skate shop up in Marion that is currently carrying our boards. I stopped in there for skate shop day on Saturday on my way up to Fort Wayne. Up to Fart Wayne. Thank you, guys. Is there a finished dagger on the wall? Don't think so. Don't think so. But let's take you guys over into the shaping room. Pretty much trash. That's why you don't want a lot of squeeze out, just some. No squeeze out isn't good, but a ton of squeeze out is a big waste. You'll be putting an order in very soon. Awesome. We ship all over the world. International shipping is a little bit iffy right now as far as prices go, but just check us out. You can go to lifeskateboard.com. It'll give you how much the shipping will be to you as well. But we do ship all over the world. Yeah, guys, that's what makes it custom. Listen, there might be my hair, blood, and sweat inside of your skateboard, but at least I'm not lying to you about nanotubes existing inside of them. Sorry, Schmidt, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Sam just heard that. All right, so this is where all the shaping happens. These are templates, not skateboards. We don't make flat boards. So this is all the shapes we have to offer here at Life. All kinds of stuff here. Maple, Great Lakes or Canadian maple. But this is what happens after the boards are pressed. So the boards are under pressure for 24 hours and then they cure for 7 days in a stack of their own concave. After the boards are cured, Sam, the owner, puts truck holes into those uncuts right here using templates like this one. He then attaches one of these templates, this is the shape template, to the uncut from the bottom and cuts out the shape with this router bit right here. Once he cuts that out, this is what the edge looks like right there, and it needs to be at a 90 with the concave. So first step I'm going to do is bring it to a 90 on the belt sander here, round it off right here, and that's where the edge starts to look like a skateboard. Clean it up a little bit on the drum right here, clean it up more on the Mac wheel, and a final step of sanding on the orbital right here. I'll be wearing a respirator for every step besides the orbital sander. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. This mic makes it a little bit easier for me to talk to you guys with the orbital sander going. I'm sorry, with the rest of the equipment going, but we have a HEPA approved dust extractor over here. Hi there, Jim. That's really stupid. So Canadian maple compared to American maple is much better because that climate is slow growth and long winters. So the majority of the time I'm saying Great Lakes or Canadian maple because Great Lakes and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan also has that slow growth maple. But that's dumb and very, very dumb. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Yeah, slow growth, guys. Yeah, that's super thankful for the amazing maple that they produce. the mentality that like American maple is better, it has nothing to do with who's running what country or anything like that. It has to do with the climate in those areas. That's silly. Yep, slow growth creates tighter grains and it's a less porous wood. Not for skateboards, Jim. You're very dumb. Good luck though. Anyway, everybody pile on Jim. Pile on Jim, guys. All right, let's get to shaping. 1 second. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Is there a priority stack yet? The one on the right? Okay. Jim said pine's the best wood. Jim said pine's the best wood. That's what's going on right now. Sorry, I had to talk to the owner about that one. All right, guys, that was enough. I didn't mean to come back to seeing that. You guys are ruthless, my bad. The whole chat went in on him. The whole chat went in on him. There were like 400 people there. I'm turning the compressor on so I can air up the drum so we don't have to stop and do that later. Look at that. This is a drum. Gotta air it up. All right, and we're back. There we go. Yeah, I mean, maple syrup is pretty dang good too. This is the funniest chat to scroll back through, guys. You guys are great. I love you guys, thank you. Twin nose popsicle, yes we do. We have all kinds of twins. Back to board making. Since we do everything here in-house, we can make anything a twin. Any of our shapes you see, if you say like, I really like the nose of that shape, but I wish it was symmetrical, we got you. Popsicles decks start off at 70. So I'm sorry, popsicle decks start at 75 and shapes go up from there. I could not get this thing to follow me around properly. Are all skateboards the same length? No, not at all. You're gonna have to go to lifeskateboard.com for the specs on all these because I don't have them all memorized. But all right, let's try to make this work here. I'm gonna be safe and smart. We're putting my hair up. I'm fine with risking glue in my hair. I am not fine with risking dying. So there we are. Good to go. All right, right here. Stop. I got the AI tripod to stop. Oh, they are all different sizes, my friend. There's hundreds of different shapes, sizes, everything. Different concaves, everything. For example, here is a stack that I'm about to shape. Different lengths, different shapes, different widths, different sizes. We're going to start off with this punk point here. And remember, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. I'm going to get a little less responsive while I'm on the equipment here. It's fine, my friend. Watch this. Boop! I put it in a bun because this holds it in place. Thank you, though. All right, let's bring you guys over here now. Skateboards, you know it. Yeah, you're right, guys. I don't want to mess up this rat's nest. Stop. There we go. Yeah, tripod was trying to follow. Puffin. Now the edge is round, but it's not clean. So we're gonna come over here to the drum, and we're gonna clean it up on the drum. First thing we're gonna do is clean off the drum. Hold up now. There are people in here suggesting pine for skateboards again. That's silly. Don't be doing that now. I agree with you, Michael. I will take my time though and use these for a while. I'm the sole hourly employee here at Life Skateboards. If you'd like to support, you can go to lifeskateboard.com and get yourself a life. There's a Sam. right, let's get you guys over this way. We'll do the last step over here. You're drunk, my friend. I'm gonna take that as a moment to talk to you about sobriety. I'm 8 years sober. It's been 8 years since I've had a drink. You're sitting here drunk on a Monday at 1 o'clock. Maybe you need to be thinking about that, my friend. How much is it getting into your daily routine if you're sitting here drunk watching me work at 1 p.m. on a Monday? Good luck, man. I'm here because I care about you. All right? Alrighty, let's bring you guys right over here and we will get to the final step before graphics. Congratulations, Mumbler. Hi there, Ken. You should keep your opinions to yourself. Thank you. Wow, see, that's awesome. Fatal. You just stumbled upon a discussion that we have a lot here. Our boards are made to last. The industry's boards, they've been cutting corners on quality for a long time as far as factory boards go. The standard graphic application process in the general industry of skateboarding is heat transfers. It's super easy to put those on a skateboard, but it damages the skateboard when you do it. Heat damages the bond between wood and glue. That's why we do Lino blocks here. Just one of the many examples. Clearly your attention, my friend. 14 years clean, congratulations, man. That's awesome. They're a testament to what sobriety can bring, which is new life, which is why the company is called New Life. No, this is Life Skateboards, my friend. Life Skateboards. I'd agree with you there. It's a step in the right direction, but you don't ever want to view that as your goal because you're still dependent on a substance, whether it's from. Dang, hold on here. Yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction, but always remember you're still dependent on a substance, even if that substance is something that the government approves of or whatever it is. It's always better to just not be dependent on a substance. And it takes a lot of work to get there, but you've already proven it by switching what you're using to keep that addiction going. So it's not a judgment either. It's just wouldn't it be nice if you weren't dependent on something? You know what I mean? Because then people aren't going to be, and people aren't coming at you about that from a perspective of like, you suck because you're saying you're sober when you're on methadone. That's not why people are saying things like that. It's because they want you to not be dependent on something, man. That's all it is. Like, and it's not a judgment either. It's about caring about you. Oh, Mumbler, that's the lie that they tell you. So we're going to get into this discussion right now then. No, an addict does not need methadone. And diabetic needs insulin because that's something that their body requires them to have. An addict needs a substance because their brain is tricking them to think that their body needs that thing. It's called a tolerance threshold. It's something that you can get over. The only withdrawal that can kill you is alcoholism. I would actually probably want to lean on Sam for part of this discussion, actually.
I feel way too strongly about it.
Yeah, Sam feels very, very strongly about methadone clinics. And Suboxone. It's, in my opinion, It's not just a crutch, it's the people that are making that thing, telling you that it's okay because you're only going to go to them for it. Think about it, it's a monopoly on a drug dealer. That's all it is. It's a government monopoly on drug dealing. But you don't need it, I promise you, you don't. It's not a good thing to start this discussion. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm here to talk about this, but to help people. If you don't think I should talk about sobriety, you can go ahead and take that elsewhere. Because I'm here to talk about sobriety. If I have a platform, I'm going to talk about it. The only reason I'm alive today is because some other people talked to me about sobriety in a situation where they probably shouldn't have. So, it's okay. I don't give a singular shit. I'm here to leave a positive impact, not just make some people happy. We're not people pleasers here, we're people that tell the truth. And it's a hard one to quit because there's so many reasons to continue going back to it. So just know that there's people here that are here to help you, my friend. No, it doesn't boil down to the person at all. That's a lie people tell themselves to make addiction continue. I'm telling you from an addict in recovery, no, that's not the truth. And you don't get to tell other people the lies that you're telling yourself to continue using. That doesn't work. If it's fine for you, there's no judgment on that, but just don't put that on others. I'm not going to judge you for lying to yourself about it, you know what I mean? Opinion, you can just quit. The withdrawal isn't going to kill you, it's just going to make you extremely sick, and that's all it is. So all you're doing is just staving off the inevitable, in my opinion. So, I mean, again, that's my opinion. You came here. Government-funded addiction is no better than addiction. Hi there, Pray for Surf. Withdrawal cannot kill you unless it's from alcohol. Thank you for coming to the TED Talk as somebody that had to go through all the rehabs. The withdrawal from heroin, subs, coke, crack, everything else is just really bad. It makes you really sick. Alcohol can kill you. That's why you should go to a detox for that. You don't need anything. You need to go to a medical professional and do what they tell you to do when you're quitting alcohol. Remember, don't let people just do that at home, because then they're going to get addicted to another thing. Everyone has a boss, asshole? All right. Right on. Exactly. And especially when it's multiple psychoactive vices. That's when it really doesn't do anything besides become a priority in your life. exactly. Yeah. Yeah, alcohol withdrawal is very dangerous. I always suggest people, if they're daily drinking, if you get the shakes because you're not drinking, you need to seek a medical professional while you are quitting. That's the one. What's up, Steve Moby? My boss is right there. This is so silly. I love it. I'm sorry. I gotta go tell Sam about this. Are you talking about telling my boss about this? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, the reason I was hired here? All right, the reason I was hired here is because I was outspoken about sobriety, my friend. Get to work, lazy ass. Steve sitting at home at 1 p.m. on a Monday telling me what to do. Everybody tell Steve he's an idiot. Oh man, this is fun. You guys are great. Oh my God.
You're not telling people to get sober, you're fired.
All right, do you guys hear that? My boss just stuck his head in here and said if I'm not telling people to get sober, I'm fired. So quite the opposite, Steve. That was so good. That's like the whole reason I have my job. That was a good laugh, Steve. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. That was a damn good laugh, my friend. Oh, no, Steve. I'm going to keep talking directly to you, baby. Just for you, but baby boy. My sweet little baby boy, Steve. We got our sweet little baby boy, Steve, over here. No, it's okay, buddy. You're my friend, Steve. You're a fan, clearly, because you're still here talking on my platform. But go for it. I was a druggie, Steve. That's what I talked about for about... Man, you were funny, my friend. Anyway, that was a good laugh there, Steve. Everybody laugh Steve out of the room. Let's go. Anyway. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing at this. What a fan, Steve. What a fan, Steve. We're all just hanging out here, man, but you're here for the fandom. I appreciate you. Good laugh. All right, now on to skateboards and skateboard making. Oh no! I'm a face tattoo fuck up doing my job making skateboards. Anybody else think this is a pretty cool job? I think it is. I'm loving my life. But anyway, on to working. Damn, Steve, you're obsessed with looking at my face, buddy. You can take a picture and do whatever you want with it. That's fine by me. Get a job at my job. Steve, you are a riot. Hold up. Steve, you're a riot. Man, you're the reason I'm not working right now, man. Oh my God. This is hilarious. I can't stop laughing, guys. It's dangerous to laugh and use this equipment, so give me a moment here. And if Steve is, I support you in every way, shape, and form, man. God, I've never ran into a more confident idiot in my life. Oh, he's still here, man. I didn't. All right. You guys handle him. I'll keep talking to you about skateboards. This is hilarious. Don't insult a whole community like that, though. Company is Life Skateboards. Huh?
There's two different style hats. This is more like you probably flat mill style that's structured.
1 second here. We are out of New Palestine, Indiana. It's plies of wood that we press and glue ourselves. Sorry, give me a moment here, guys. The mic is not working for me. I'm sure that was not pleasant to listen to. I use this DJI connector right here. This for that one, my friend. Maple, yep. Canadian or Great Lakes maple, to be specific. I'm sorry, Steve, you walked into that one. Come on, camera. Stop moving for me. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. We got a snake on one side and we got the a spider web on the other. The snake will get taken down around my throat when I can afford it. I'm poor though. I'm sure Steve has something to say about that. Steve, what are you still doing here? Steve, do you love me? I like that oh man, thing's not working again. Steve is my biggest fan. I need to put him on a t-shirt. Not that way, guys. That wasn't a threat. I just meant like a positive. Steve's my best friend t-shirt. Are you the Steve from Minecraft? I like your blue shirt. It's really cool. And I thought Jack Black was a really good choice to play you, my friend. It's really nice. Oh, fuck, dude, he's pushing for plastic? Silly boy. Silly little boy, Steve. My best friend, Steve. And my friend, Steve. Steve's my buddy. He's my best friend. 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. That's correct, Steve. Why are you still here, Steve? You're my buddy, though. I'm sorry, buddy, but there's a queen. Oh, I can't even show you guys. I got a king. I got the cliche king tattoo right here. There's a queen in my life, Steve. I'm sorry. You can't be my queen or my prince or my king, and I apologize for that. But you can get a Life Skateboard at lifeskateboard.com. Sam did. All right, Steve, you're one of the crew. Welcome to the channel. You're here. All right, you've been welcomed in by the chat. We got you. Just because you think I'm cute, I'm sorry. Was it the me letting you know I'm taken thing that made you my buddy now? I appreciate you, man. You guys see what the power of the internet can do? Bringing some people like me and Steve together. If you see us skipping around your local skate park holding hands, that's what we're here for. Oh, buddy, Steve. Steve, you got mad at me for talking about sobriety and now you're accusing me of doing drugs. That's so strange, Steve. But let's make some t-shirts. Who wants to make us t-shirt for Steve? Steve's my best friend. Best friend in the world. His name is Steve. This is the most attention Steve's gotten in weeks. Damn, Steve, that's a really dumb accusation, but go for it. All this smiling that's happening, that's on you, bud. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody, does Steve bring a little bit of joy into your life? Does Steve bring a little bit of joy into your life? Because he brings a smile into mine. Don't upset Scuba Steve like that. Steve went from getting mad at me for talking about sobriety to accusing me of being on drugs. My friend, that is the sign of being on drugs. Steve. Oh, Steve. Wow, Steve, you're projecting pretty bad. I don't know what an addict did to you in your life or how they did something to you or if drugs touched your life in a negative way, but I am here to help you if you want it. I can turn the making fun of you switch off real quick and help you out with whatever you're dealing with, I promise. so high he doesn't know how to scroll away from my live. That's what he's dealing with, and I'm here for you, my man. Steve's a loser. I'm sorry, Steve. I sure do. No, Steve, we're not friends. That was a joke entirely. You're a piece of shit and I don't want you in my life. Watch this. We gave you enough time. We gave you enough time, my friend. We're not friends. Bye-bye. What'd Steve do? Steve was just dumb. Sometimes you give people enough time, and then they just stick around to prove that they're here to be a thorn, and that's when we remove them. Steve doesn't like sober people. Well, I'm sorry. Steve can fuck right off. And left if he wants to. Whichever direction he wants to go. Been making boards for about 4 years. The company was started in 2012 after it was originally just a skate shop. Steve was fun and all, but we're here to make skateboards. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Subscribed for Steve. Dang. Steve, but maybe Steve becomes a recurring character. Don't worry, I know his type. He'll probably make another account just to get back on the live. Don't worry. We're located in New Palestine, Indiana. This is 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. The shop was originally located in Muncie, Indiana. But we moved. Much better building for board making here. And closer to me. It was pretty fun, guys. That was pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. That was the most I've ever laughed on a live stream. How many Steves have been in our lives? A lot, I promise. We can use this as a life example. Life, like Life Skateboards. You're always gonna run into Steves. The best way to approach it is approach it with humor. If the humor doesn't make it go away, then you can make it go away. Am I MS-13? Guys, this right here and this right here. Yeah. For sure. That says MS-13. You just don't know the language, apparently. No, dumbass. Anyway, here is where we press all the boards. Here's where we glue up the boards. Someone asked if they were plywood or one solid piece. So this is how you get their curves and their shape. Protect yourself from the dust. I agree. So over here is a HEPA-approved dust extractor. I will throw it on. Yep, all right, guys, we've got inside jokes here now. You can pull a Steve. If you're acting dumb, you might be pulling a Darb. Or a Steve, who knows? What a day it's been. Give me a moment here, guys. I'm gonna go grab my drink. Steve's gonna make assumptions about what that drink is, but it's a rain. I wish it was coffee. Didn't have time to make any aromatic roasters coffee this morning, so I had to grab myself a rain. Link to the website is lifeskateboard.com. I really wish I could put live links up on there, but I can't. That shape right there is called the Agro. That's designed by Lou Ross, who used to own Fickle Skateboards. We now have that shape in a 14-inch wide board. I usually do a French roast, but I didn't bring any coffee beans out here. Left everything at home, sadly. That was a bummer. Do a kickflip. Gotcha. If you want to see me skating, you can go to my page where you can see me skating. But that's what you're getting for now. Now I gotta find the respirator that I set down. Remember guys, other than making fun of Steve, the majority of these lives are me looking for the thing I set down 10 seconds ago. Oh, there it goes. The Nightman cometh. We found Steve. Everybody let Nightman cometh know we know he's Steve. Hi Steve. Nice to see you. I predicted you'd make another account just to come back and make fun of me, but it's all right. Oh boy. That's funny, guys. Oh God. I'm gonna just come back to the screen all the time for Steve's. Steve. Also, I call myself a toy maker as a term of endearment, but... Oh no! He's Steve. Steve number 2. Oh, thank you, Jay. I appreciate you. You guys are rad. The bullshit you do today is literally crap. Oh, guys. What's up, Steve? Nice to meet you. Like I said, though, buddy, I am taken, but we are here to talk about Life Skateboards. I've been making boards for 4 years, but the company started in 2012. Big thank you to Sam for teaching me this craft. He is the master craftsman behind all this. Hey, I got a question for you, man. So your profile name is The Nightman. Do we all understand what It's Always Sunny was trying to reference that the Nightman was doing to the little boy? That's not a good look, my friend. Sam just left the building. He's got a customer up at the shipping and printing studio. They used to be, when we were using 1/16th, we bounced back down to 1/20th. You can get an 8-ply, 6-ply, or 7-ply from us. So I'm removing some tape right now, and we're gonna round it off right here. Steve, I'm not even gonna read it. You're just gonna have to, there we go. Right on. Steve's gonna have to make a 3rd account to come and watch me. That's a real fan right there. What am I doing here, smarty pants? I'm being smart. You guys got him. We'll find out. All right, here's the proof. Here's the test here. He's been hidden from the channel. If he comes back talking the same way, this is a serious obsession. That would be 3 accounts he's gone through. Day, man. Oh, I think I'd get like a copyright strike if I start singing that, but it will be stuck in my head. What's up, guys? I think it was Steve. He was giving real Steve energy. I'll be able to see the chat in just a minute when I'm done with the nose and tail on this board. Guys, I really have not laughed that hard during a live before for that long. Well, make sure you guys subscribe. I keep forgetting to say that. All right, which Power Ranger would I be? I don't know. That's a good question that I don't know how to answer. That's a good one. Sanjay, it is a very big deck, for sure. Stop moving around, thank you. Yeah, this guy is huge. We also make bigger ones, but we make everything here at Life Skateboards. This is a curb nerd. You can skate it for everything. If you want, you can go to, let me think. I think I posted on Instagram. Yeah, I posted on Instagram, not YouTube. Go to my Stranger Casper Instagram. You can see me doing a whirly bird with a 14.6 inch board. shape your next regular skateboard. These are all regular. Now I'm getting through a stack right over here, and then you can kind of right there. Sorry, this is mirrored, so that's a stack of popsicles right there. Top ones for the team. I'm not getting through the whole stack today, but we'll be back tomorrow to finish it all. What gives me the mental energy to stay positive when life gets tough? Probably because I'm the person that can make my life the worst, and I'm aware of that. I did that to myself with drugs and alcohol and poor choices for a very long time. So I can do horrible things to myself way, way, way more strongly than someone else can do to me. So when people are hateful to me or rude to me, or people get people to gang up and talk shit about me or try to bring me down, it's laughable, because there's no way that they can do to me what I used to do to myself. So, and if I survived that, there's no reason to let something like that stop me. So that's how I try to keep positive. I still get angry sometimes, but I try to take that anger and immediately shift it into joy or laughter or just maybe humor, things like that. That's the best way that I look at it. And the spiders. The spiders help. You're right. Yep, the spiders do help. If you guys don't know what I'm referencing, the reason I have a spider tattoo here, I keep pet spiders in my ear. They're really nice to me. They keep track of my emotions and give me nice motivational words every once in a while. Thank you. It's actually not a longboard. That's just the template. It's a double kickboard. Thank you. Sarcasm, but there's the spider web for you. I don't have spiders in there, guys. I'm sorry. My spider's at home. I've got I'm sorry. My fiance takes care of it, so she has an OBT. Hey, thank you, Jay. You have a great day at work, and thank you for tuning in. Oh, no way. That's awesome, Morning. I love to hear that. See? Oh, I'm so sorry. An orange baboon tarantula. OBT is just what everybody calls it, and then this tarantula and spider community calls it the orange bitey thing because they're surprisingly aggressive for how little they are, but it's a cute little thing. Did I miss something? Keep it, yeah, there you go, Heavy. Thank you for sharing that. I'm really glad somebody else commented on it so I could say, just take it one day at a time, man. Every day and every moment is a new accomplishment. Welcome to the rest of your life. I think so. That's a good question. Do they have blue tips on there? If Casper's keeper hops into the chat here, we'll ask her, okay? Yes, that is correct. Longboards and skateboards. We've got several different shapes of longboards with 2 different concaves, and then over 100 shapes of skateboards with loads of concaves. And if you're just now joining the live and I'm a little low energy, it's because a couple of people made me die laughing about, an hour into the live today? I have not laughed that hard on a live before. That was pretty great. Oh, it's okay. So my fiance used to be very we're based in Indiana, but the way that she got over all of that was just educating herself heavily on them. Learning more about them, what they do for the environment they're in, and things like that. Learning what makes them aggressive, what makes them not. Honestly, go look up some videos of. You want to think a spider's cute? Go look up a video of a jumping flat spider giving somebody a high five. Do we have a board artist? We have an artist that carves our Lino blocks for us, and his name is Ben Blakely. Oh, Jamie, you trying to call me gay, my friend? That was pretty silly. Everybody make fun of Jamie for thinking that not only was that an insult, but that was silly there, Jamie. Why'd you do that? Come on now, man. It's not an insult. Okay, I'm also not gonna share my fiance's name on there. Yep, Indiana. I have no clue, Heavy. I'm gonna be real honest. I have no clue. I have this because I like spiders. What is a skateboard? A skateboard is a board with wheels on it attached by trucks that are similar to that as the original roller skate trucks. That's the best way I can define that. They were made, there's arguments about where it came from, whether it was just boards that people cut roller skates in half and put them on there. There's theories that it came from the cart scooters with the handles ripped off. I don't argue about it. I'm fascinated with the history of skateboarding. I'm fascinated with the growth and change of skateboarding. So, hi there, Gooba. Why you care so much? Yes, I do. This is a snake. Cool thing is both of them came from skateboarding. Lil Morning, what do you mean by collaborate on a board? First of all, I'm not the owner, so I'm not the one to talk to about it, but you can try to elaborate for me. Do we have an 8.6? Yes, we do. We got all kinds, but the mid-twin sits right at 8.6 on the truck bed, so check that one out at lifeskateboard.com. What's the riding purpose or type? Fun. What do you mean? What? I'm so confused. I've been skateboarding my whole life, and that question just took me for a loop. Oh, I want to know, who's your friend, man? Who's your dad? Tell me. I want to know who your dad is. Tell me. No, Austin. Someone asked me about collaborating on a board. That's what I was asking about, my friend. I don't know if you make boards or what you do, but you found them. What's the purpose of a skateboard? Fun. Skateboarding in itself as an activity is just, it's an exercise that forces you to focus on the thing under your feet. So as you continue to skate for the rest of your life, it helps you with life lessons, it helps you with a lot of things. It also is a great form of therapy. Because when you're skateboarding, you can't focus on anything else besides what your feet are doing and what the thing under your feet are doing. And that's what I love about it. But as for teaching you life lessons and things, everything you do in skateboarding is built on failure. You watch the El Toro, what Chris Jocelyn just did at El Toro recently. How many years and years and years was that built on failure? So many years of that. From his broken truck to all the attempts before that, but his success on top of failure. So skateboarding as a whole, not just like the things we do, the things we make, but on a personal level, Skateboarding teaches some really good life lessons, and it's also just a great way to continue doing something. If you don't skate, I suggest you try it, because then maybe you'll understand. Yeah, Heavy. There is one called the drop down, actually. We don't have any drop throughs, just drop downs. Good question there, though. No, sorry, Scrub. We haven't done that. That was the most respectful way to ask about that on the internet, though, Scrub. Kudos to you. Hey, Chad, you're in Lafayette, so what you can do, that's not too far away. We're over in New Pal. You can order a board from us, and then when you're checking out, you select local pickup, and then you can come over here to the shop, check out the shop, see us, and not pay shipping. Also, how's that new park in Lafayette? I've been seeing that. Something to skate other than Hope and Slater Stage. Little Morning said, "Oh, no, that's not how that works, Little Morning. I'm sorry. This is an established company called Life Skateboards. It's been around for a while. If you want to do artwork for the boards, you'd have to contact the boss man, Sam, about carving a lino block for us, and then maybe using the graphic for later, but it's a commissioned artwork. It's not get paid for everyone there. So it's pretty picky on the artwork there, but that's unfortunately just not how that works, my friend. I'm sorry, Jordan. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But, oh, awesome, Molly. Wait. I was just in Fort Wayne on Saturday. All right. All right, Scrub. For sure, man. Sorry, we had a little bit more love required on the rails of this board here. Duh. Not really. If you notice, I round off the edges on those by hand. And even if we razor top the boards, I come back by hand with sandpaper, not just a machine, but actually come by and make it not so razor-ish. But it's gonna happen. Your shins are in danger when you skateboard. That's just how that works, for sure. How is the concave formed? Here's your good question right here. Trying to get the tripod to stop following me. What the heck? There we go. Tripod stopped moving around. Yeah, he did get Skater of the Year, that's for sure. So how do we get the curve in the board is what you just asked? Stop moving. There we go. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you, Heavy Man. But this is how we get the curves in the board here. These are presses. If you scroll back in the live, you'll see me loading this press and this press right here. But once these boards here are curing. So this is an uncut. This board is curing out of our standard right here. These were just raw pieces of maple veneer glued together. Oh, you're gonna need that Mega Roll XL. If you go to my page, you can see me doing a whirly bird on it. That was pretty fun. Whew. Yeah, fingerboards are awesome. Ooh, gross. Not zero. What's the closest board to an Anderson? I mean, I don't know. He's had 3 shapes. We've had a shape that's closer to his since before he came out with his newest one. I would compare that to like our mid twin, maybe even our big twin, or maybe our chubby stubby, or maybe my signature shape. We got tons of different shapes that are similar because he pulled from existing shapes to make that one. But oh, a ton of skate parks in Indiana. Hunger Skate Parks has been doing awesome. I've been hearing rumors that Majors is getting an expansion. My local is looking at an expansion. Really stoked on that one. Just got to keep things going there. We did a big project to revitalize the park. We got one on the south side. We got Zionsville Park. We got Greenwood Park. Greenfield is getting a park. Lots of stuff going on in Indiana right now. Huge shout out to Hunger Skate Parks for just littering Indiana with amazing skate parks. Awesome, Jackson. Well, a little bit of what happens in between pressing and this step here. I'm gonna have it follow me around here. So after the boards are pressed and you just saw one of those cured there, Sam puts the truck holes in right here, and then he cuts out the shape. Thank you, tripod. He cuts out the shape right here. And when he cuts that shape out, this is what the edge looks like. And I need to bring it to a 90 to be able to round it off, okay? Yes, you do have an amazing skate park in Louisville. And if you didn't know, I hope you know, you've been to Sprack Skate Park. I was there recently. Their photographer, Rance, came up to a session I hosted in Muncie. Took some amazing photos and put that video, wrote an article for Low Card from it. That was pretty awesome. That YouTube video is on my channel of the full session that we hosted there, but Sprack was amazing. We'll definitely be going down there. That's way heavy. There's ways to go about it too. I volunteer with a nonprofit called Skate Park Respect. We work with the cities to expand because the cities really don't like, when it's like a newer park, they do not like DIY stuff happening there without communication. But eventually you can, stop following me now. Come on, tripod, listen to me. Eventually you can establish a relationship with the city where you can just do what you need to. But it's a weird, finicky situation when you're dealing with the city. You know what I mean? But sometimes it works. It all works out in your favor. Go ahead and get one. Yep, Skate Park Respect. It's a nonprofit based out of California. Basically, it's just a nonprofit you can talk to all the ambassadors, bounce ideas off of each other, get their experience. It's also nice to have a nonprofit behind you when you go to the city. So like when I went to the city about the paint project that we wanted done at Lawrence, being able to say like, hey, I volunteer with a nonprofit called Skate Park Respect. Our goal is to maintain and improve skate parks to alleviate some of the cost on the city so that that money can be spent on newer and better parks. That's a pretty awesome line to be able to use, isn't it? Oh, that's of course Burnside. Yeah, we used the same finish as the base coats from Burnside, and we used Burnside as our example of what a skate park can do to a community. This has been a really cool live, guys. I've been really enjoying these discussions. You guys are awesome. Yeah, Steve is pretty awesome, you're right. We can't forget about Steve, everybody. Of course, we all use him to do stupid things. I just make a skateboard for you. You can get one at lifeskateboard.com. Absolutely heavy. And I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm going to take a moment to do this, and then I'm going to get through this shape here. But whenever we all have that same idea about approaching the city to talk about things, but when you go to talk to them, forget all of it. You're working together. Everything is a benefit to them. Be nice. Act like you don't know where the problem came from. And they'll be on your side. It's what's worked here, and now we have like free reign to clean things, fix things, and do what we need to. I agree with you there, Scrub. Just kidding. Actually, I've moved heavy objects with a skateboard. We know we've all done that. That's smart, isn't it? Thanks, Jimmy. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jimmy. You can find them at lifeskateboard.com. 1 second here, and I'll be able to hold up a sign for you somewhere. I wrote the website backwards just to be able to show you guys, and then I left it in the other room because I'm super smart. Here you go. There's the website there for you, Steve. Hi there, Dr. Richard. I know you've never seen this channel, but been doing this for a while now. Thank you, though. It's gonna be okay, my friend. I appreciate where it's coming from, but you know it. I had it ready. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's what you're seeing me do there. So this can't, it will never pull my hand this way. That's why you're seeing me lead there. And also remember, you are watching through a mirrored camera. So if you're used to the, obviously this is gonna spin this way, but this is normal for you when you're watching, okay? There you go. Definitely, now I'm understanding where you're coming from on that. Now I'm definitely understanding when you're watching from a mirrored thing if you're used to how the equipment spins. Yeah, no, now I'm understanding where you're coming from. And now I'm understanding where a lot of people are coming from. Dang. But yeah, that's good. That's a good point. It's because it's mirrored. Dang. Thanks for figuring that out with me, Richard Cheeks. I appreciate you. All right. Now I got the Mac wheel, and I'll be able to talk to you guys in just a second. Hey, thank you, Heavy. Hey Chad, how old's your kid? Is he like a very young kid? Is this his first board, or does he already skate? That's a good question. That's a good question, though. I'm happy to help. Because if it's a little kid, we got some very specific options for him. Fellow Earthling from China. What? I'm in Indiana, my friend. We use maple. You're right, man. We got Al Pacino. The child is 2 months old. You better get him on a skateboard right now. But all right, Chad. Okay, so Chad, what you're gonna want to do is make sure you talk to your kid about what they skate. Here's the questions you're gonna want to ask them. What width board do they shape? I'm so sorry, I just did not say that sentence at all correctly. I'm gonna try that again. All right, go ask your kids how wide their board is, and then ask them what their wheelbase is, and they might not know what you're talking about. If they don't know what you're talking about, don't worry about it at all. But then you're gonna go off of their width. So if they say 8'5", then you're gonna wanna get them an 8'5". Especially if they've been skating for a while, it takes a conscious decision to move from one shape to another or one width to another. And it's also going to be dependent on what trucks they ride too. So if you get them a real wide board and they already have like an 8'5", it's gonna be like a little ski in the middle of a really wide board. But that sounds like they're old enough to be using full-size boards anyway, so I would definitely just find out what width they have and go from there. It's hard to surprise a skateboarder with a board because we're picky. So, do we ever use? Oh, well, hi. Thanks for tuning in from China. I'm sorry if you hear some of the things I say about Chinese board production. But anyway, awesome. Make it girly. This one's for the team, so we'll see what happens to that one. How is the camera following me? You see, I've got there's a person right here that just follows me around. They don't get paid. This is just their job. I feed them once a day and they follow me like this. No, subscriber and customer Tim, and a great supporter, sent me this. It's a little AI tripod. It's really cool. It follows me around. I have to make hand signals at it to get it to stop. I like it. Yep, in Indy, right here. It's backwards. You got to read it backwards. Oh yeah, I streamed the press. If you scroll back in the live, you'll see me pressing the boards. And we don't do screen printing, we do Lino block. I'm not usually the one that does the graphics, but when I do the graphics, I do try to live stream it. If you go to my most recent live stream, I think, at the end of that one was all Lino block printing. Life Skateboards, you're gonna go lifeskateboard.com. See ya, Chad. Hopefully I gave you some answers there. You're in Anderson. Awesome. We pass through there quite a bit. We also have a bowl up in Muncie. So come check us out, man. Subscribe. You can see the announcements on the public sessions we have. And you can pick up a board down here. See you guys. Oh, the spider web and the snake, they're just there. I like spiders and I like snakes. I only spent 6 years in the 90s. Sorry. Yeah, oh, I'm so sorry. I brushed over someone asking about using other woods. So as you can see, we have extremely deep concave here at Life Skateboards. When you start using exotic woods, it gives you a chance of splitting on the bottom ply. Obviously, you don't want to use that for everything. Teak, extremely strong, just not very malleable. But like you said, the customer gets what the customer wants. So they wanted you to make them a board out of teak. I can't imagine that was very fun to skate. It's a good concept if you don't make boards, but I can't imagine it would be very fun to skate. It would be beautiful to look out on the wall though. Then, yeah. How long have I been doing this? For about a little over 4 years. Sam's been doing it since 2012. A little too flat for your taste. What? What? Hold on a second. You think this is flat? Let's measure this. Our only negative review is someone saying that our concave is too deep. Were you looking over the tip of the tail to see the concave and not understanding that it flattens out for wheel flares? Oh, damn. All right, time for me to humble myself and say, Aros, I apologize. Steve put me in a predetermined mood here to just be snapping off on people. My bad. My bad on that. Thanks for sticking around, but I agree with you. Thank you, David. Come back to it. Jake Phelps said skateboarding is always waiting. Of course. So you mentioned screen printing. Screen printing is awesome. There's companies that do that. It's a little bit harder when you've got different size boards with different types of concave. I personally know a company that does full board screens. They're doing it on the same concave, so they can do that. It's really cool, and it's a no heat stress graphic application. The majority of the industry is using heat transfers. Heat weakens the bond between wood and glue. Super easy to do. We're not cool with passing that damage on to the customer. So I'm just some guy, I promise. You're an hour away from the beach. I'm jealous. Wow, thank you guys. Thank you. From Ireland? Evelyn Robinson, you are the bomb diggity. Thank you. Hey man, whatever keeps you on a skateboard. Whatever keeps you on a skateboard or skateboarding adjacent. When I broke my leg, I had my friends driving me to the skate park just to hang out and watch people skate, so. Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't leave your board in a hot car. That's why it delams, that's why it'll split, that's why it'll do a lot of things. Don't leave your board in your hot car. That's not very smart. Dude, it is. It's awesome. I would be wearing a respirator otherwise. This is hooked up to a HEPA dust extractor. Isn't that awesome? No way, we got another subscriber from Oregon that pops on here quite a bit. Maybe you guys will talk about it. Hey, the owner of this company opened my eyes too. I used to think they were all the same. Then I found a screen printed board. Then I found a Lino block printed board. Now I'm making them. See, I usually end up wearing clothes and shirts that I'm given, sweatshirts and shirts I'm given, stuff I make, and then all my other clothes come from Goodwill. I bet they have screen printed surfboards. Like I said, surfboarding is super cool in my opinion. Like the process to make it, really cool. What's it like? The website's confusing. No! You just gotta pick, it's just a little bit different. So on our website, you're gonna be finding whatever shape you want. There's a section for symmetrical boards, shaped boards, youth boards, all kinds of stuff. And then once you pick your shape, you're gonna have the option for color ply number, wheelbase, there are other stuff on there. If you wanna make it a complete and stuff like that. So it's a pretty heavy website, but you can get exactly what you want on there. Because you're not picking out of things that are already made, you're picking out of things that you want made, and then we're gonna make it for you. Now there is a section on there for boards that are already made. You don't have to wait for shipping on, you don't have to wait for production on those, but this is better. I like it. From good old Ohio, I go over there a lot. Ceramic bearings, don't skate in the water. No skating in water, not a good idea. Steve is gone, yeah, sorry. He left, he made another account, he came back, he's gone again. Actually, he didn't leave, I made him leave. Yeah, I'm glad that cool guy attitude is kind of drying off. It's silly. You know what, it is a fun idea. Having a rain board that you know is gonna get destroyed, it's fun, you're right. None, Sean, none, don't do that. Don't do that. Unless you're cleaning your bearings every day, don't do that. That's awesome, Evelyn. I'll have to check out some skateboarding there. I know some of the skateboarding scene in the UK, but I don't know a lot. Mainly, like I can't even remember what the Under the Bridge DIY in London's called. Oh, I'll definitely have to stop in. No, let's go. Homegrown. Why do I know that? I'm gonna have to look at my Facebook friends and see if I know somebody that works there. Yeah, it does. They have sealed bearings, yeah, but that just means they're not good for cleaning. Stuff can still get inside of them. Find an old set of German bearings, you can use those pretty well. They're actually well built. But now the sealed bearings, the metal sealed bearings that you get with skateboards that are super cheap, they're not very well sealed. Yeah, we're in Indiana. Yep, 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. Jesse Watson does sound familiar. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm in a board collecting group called Welfare Line. Ask him if he knows us. I feel like I know that name. I wish Sam was in here. He's been in Welfare Line a lot longer than I have. Make a skateboard storm. Look up, if you're doing it for a class, look up vacuum sealing to make the skateboard and make that for your class. That sounds rad. Have I ever been to Grant Park yet? Went to Fargo last year too. Been a lot of places. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that because I bet Sam knows him. Jesse Watson. I'm gonna have to check that. Ooh. So you would have to just line stuff up with us. It's not really, we don't have hours here. We just do work when the work is here. But if you contact me, I'm sure you can line stuff up to stop by. We're 20 minutes east of Indy. I live in Indianapolis. I do a lot of traveling and do quite a bit. So just got to plan stuff right. From Portland, awesome. Where I work with the owner. Sam. Well, guys, I think I might end up taking a break from the live here for a little bit after I finish this board up here. Eat some lunch, come back and do some more. So if you have any last second questions, go ahead and ask. Make sure you guys subscribe so you can catch my next live for sure. How steep are the nose and tail on popsicles, and what's the concave like? There's your nose and tail, symmetrical kicks. The concave is extremely deep, extremely deep. So deep, in fact, that our only negative review is someone that said it was too deep. I don't believe that. So I went ahead and quoted that negative review for an ad, and it worked. I'm glad you found it too, Richard. I'm glad you took me being a smartass right off the bat real well. Yeah! That's how you know you're made for the channel. Let me finish this board up. I'll go through a little spiel before I leave. Thank you, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I was at the Vincennes Park opening. I think I was there. Oh yeah, I'll come back after lunch. My lunch is a sandwich, and my sandwich is outside because it's 20-something degrees outside, and that works for me. We'll come back and just do like 3 or 4 popsicles, and then I'll leave the rest for tomorrow. But all right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry that if you just tuned in and I'm about to leave, but make sure you subscribe. You can catch my lives. I do not have anything that resembles a schedule. I'm gonna go eat lunch and I'll be right back. But remember, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Again, that's lifeskateboard.com. When you get a board, you're likely gonna see it shaped right here on the channel. I don't see any of the orders, the owner does. That would be Sam, he cuts out all the shapes. So just keep watching, maybe you'll see it. But remember, get a life. Thank you. See you guys, have a good day. I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you all. See ya, fellow Earthling Owl.